Welcome back, everybody, to the Chicago Couch Scouts podcast. Today we got an NBA centered episode for you today. We're gonna talk about the conference finals games. We're gonna talk about finals preview. Then we're gonna jump into some KD and Giannis potential destinations. And then to cap it off, we're gonna go back. Don't know how far, but we're gonna talk about each NBA MVP and who we think should have won the award. So yes, jump right into it. Pacers beat the Knicks in 6 games, and the Thunder won in 5. So
Think we
kind
start
of,
in the East here.
yeah. Let's start in the East. Probably the more prevalent and enjoyable series. I thought it was some good basketball actually. The Knicks were, I think just like losing that first game, blowing that lead, and then Halliburton hitting that shot kind of just like killed any momentum they could have gained. It felt like they were always down, and they were like trying to claw back, and just like the Pacers were doing such a good job at keeping the lead. Pascal Siakam, very good this series. Obviously won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Provided a funny clip with Halliburton. I don't know if you saw that. He did the Drewski meme from the Celebrity All Star Game. Did you see that or no?
No, but I saw the like people like sending the Drewski clip around, but I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know that they actually like replicated it.
Halliburton, so he was standing off to the side with like I think it was like his family, and they were announcing it, and they were like the Eastern Conference Finals MVP is Pascal. He was like taking a step in, and it was like Pascal Siakam, and he was like, ooh. Nah, that shit was funny though. But yeah, and then obviously today, Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau. So a lot has happened for the Knicks in the past 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, I guess my thoughts on it, like Halliburton's probably a top 10 player now. Like it kind of reminds me of, like the Jimmy Butler run when he like first took Miami to the finals, where it was like, oh shit, like Jimmy Butler's like a top 10 player. Yeah, like I was kind of lower on Halliburton, but he's really like that guy. Like saw people comparing him to like he's like what Lonzo Ball was supposed to
I saw
be.
that too.
That's a pretty good comp. Like I think he creates his shot a little bit better, but like the way he's just able to dominate a game without like averaging 29 points a game, it's
Yeah.
really impressive. I think Siakam's really cool too. Like I texted you about that. I was like, if he's the number two on two title teams, like does he get into like any kind of legacy discussions? Like I don't know if he's like a top 75, 50 player or anything like that, but like he'll go down somewhere in history if they're able to pull this out because like
Yeah.
number two on two title teams, that's a big deal. Like you're fucking Tony Parker at worst. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
is he a Hall of Famer then? He's got to be, right? If
I
he,
think so.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Indiana's really fun to watch. Watching this playoffs run has just made me appreciate Rick Carlisle as like a top 5 coach in the league. The offensive sets they run are just very fun to watch. Like we kind of talked about how they play the most similar to like a college basketball style offense. It's not just like
Hmm.
obviously there's gonna be like iso ball and just like pick and roll, spamming pick and roll because like that's the toughest thing to guard in the NBA. But they run a lot of cool sets and a lot of good motion.
I haven't seen an NBA team cut like that in like
A
I started
while,
watching like 2011, dude. Like
yeah.
never.
Like this, like those. They're like a
Like maybe the Spurs when they won those two
yeah,
titles, like or the one title, but when they were in the finals back to back years, like that's like the only thing I could think of, like moving the ball, cutting like that.
yeah. I think that's what makes the role players so like that type of offense is what makes those role players so great. Like I don't think you're seeing Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nemhard as the type of players they are in different systems, which like is I think they're really good players, but like I don't think you're just like throwing them in an ISO situation and being like, all right, go get me a bucket. I mean, they can do that. They just fit so much better in the type of
Yeah,
offense that
I
Carlisle.
think as much as I don't like the modern NBA, I think that part of it, like I really do like that like these like teams are actually winning. It's not just like get superstars and fucking get the best minimum veterans you can,
Yeah,
like how it was for a while there. Like I feel like every team that's good, like even the best ones like Boston or like whoever, like it's like they're still like a team even if they have all these
yeah.
all-stars or whatever. Like they have
Boston,
all these guys that play different roles and stuff like that. Like at a high level. Like obviously every team, like the Cavs had fucking, Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson playing roles back in the day. But like what I
yeah,
mean is like everybody on the team plays a role at a high level. Like they're all five, six, seven guys deep, which is cool because teams used to be two, three, four deep.
yeah.
Besides the Warriors.
And then in the eliminate, like the Pacers just have like so many like Thomas Bryant was having impact plays in the elimination game. It was like he was like barely playing earlier in the series. They were deferring to Tony Bradley, who was making winning plays. They're so loaded. Like the system that Carlisle runs just allows for anyone to really slide in and make an impact, which I think is cool. But yeah, like I don't know where the Knicks go from here. Maybe
Yeah, I didn't really talk too much about Thibodeau. I thought that was kind of a ridiculous move. Like, I thought he established himself as like one of the best coaches in the league at this point. Like, they've pretty much won everywhere he's been. Like, the Minnesota thing was a little rocky, but it wasn't really the most well put together roster either.
Mhm.
I don't know. I felt like they were just hitting their groove too. Like, I guess he's kind of deep into this because they had like 2 years where they weren't that good, but made the semifinals last year, made the conference finals this year. Like, I get it. You like probably thought you were supposed to beat Indiana and like this was your shot with Boston going down, but at
yeah,
the same time, Boston's hurt next year too. Like, there's no reason why you can't reload and run this back. So,
yeah.
I don't know. They
It
got to
was
get the right guy in there. I don't know who it's gonna be, but if they hire the wrong guy, like if it's fucking Brunson's dad that gets hired as the coach or like something ridiculous, like it could be bad. Because the Knicks are a really good team. Like I think that they could win a championship, but they got to put it all together. I thought
yeah,
Tibbs was the guy to do it. They just had to like change some shit up.
yeah. That was surprising to me. I mean, I think I saw the odds-on favorite was like Johnny Bryant or something like that. It's just like I don't really know any of the like prospect like NBA coaches these days. Yeah, like Johnny Bryant, 30, he's a Jazz assistant coach. He's like a 39-year-old assistant for the Jazz. Not too
Yeah, I'm never
familiar.
too like tapped in on like the NBA coaching potential candidates, but you're always calling them out. I remember you were fucking telling me about Ime Udoka way back when, and he ended
Yeah,
up
I wanted
being
the Bulls to
really good.
fucking hire him when they hired Billy. I saw Billy Donovan is the third longest tenured head coach in the NBA now.
Is he still the Bulls coach?
Yeah, and he's the third longest. I think it's behind Spolstra and Kerr.
How long was Jim Boylan the coach? Like 1 year? Was Jimmy Butler on the team when they had Jim Boylan? Is
No,
that how long ago it's been?
I remember Levine because Levine actually just talked about him on PMT
Okay.
recently.
So
So
what? Billy Donovan's been there for like 5 years now?
I think it was COVID. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right,
That's
yeah, Boylan was
crazy.
the
And
coach
they've
for
never been more than like what, like a what were they
like
like the 4 seed the
seven.
1 year when Lonzo got hurt, and then other than that, they've been like seven or below.
I think they were I think they were like a six that year when Lonzo got hurt.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I need the Bulls to blow it up. But yeah, I think I saw Danny Hurley's name get thrown out there for the Knicks, which could be interesting.
Bring Patino back.
Rick Pitino, I saw a picture of that today. Yeah, the Bulls were the sixth seed that year. Bucks were the three.
The Bulls should just bring back Thibodeau, like fire
I
Billy
would
Donovan.
love that, honestly. I think like if you brought back Tibbs and then just like blew it up and let him build from scratch, like make some personnel decisions, I think that would be really interesting. Um, because like I think that's the type of coach like Matas needs, and just like a young core needs. But I doubt that happens. Like, they're gonna keep Billy for another year or two until he maybe retires.
Such a Reinsdorf fucking thing to do.
Yeah,
Never fires the coach.
yeah. I mean, as long as the
It's
front
worse with the
office is
GMs
really
though. Like I don't know, dude. I remember the fire Gar Pax thing like it was yesterday, but like
Gar
it was like
Gar Forman would have drafted Tyrese Halliburton, bro. I'm telling you, he would have drafted Tyrese Halliburton.
it's been like I remember so much hope for AK, but it's been a long time now with nothing.
They
I
lit
remember, dude, you were so hyped up about it, and then they made that Vooch trade, and I was like, I don't know about this guy, and it's
that
been
was
bad ever since
that
then.
was the beginning of the end. That was bad. That's like one of the worst trades ever. I feel
Yeah, I
like.
was like, I don't know, like I'd kind of rather have Wendell Carter anyway, and then that pick ends up being Wagner.
Bronze and
So
it's Anthony Black too. I think.
did they give up two firsts?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. But yeah. Knicks, I don't know where they go. Maybe we talk about them a little later when we talk about potential destinations for a few players.
Yeah. Then going to the West, I think like probably pretty boring, I guess. But
Yeah. So
I hate the Thunder. I'm just not. I wasn't interested in this series at all. But it kind of went how everybody expected, except for me.
it's just like I don't know. I thought Minnesota would put up more of a fight. Like I think Ant he played well. I think it was like game four, game three maybe. He scored like 30 points. Julius Randle was really bad. Like they matched up with him really well, and he was having a really good playoffs. OKC's really good. They're really like we were talking about it. They're really deep. They have a ton of guys. They like play like 12 guys. I feel like. Um, it's just like I have a hard time seeing them losing, and I feel like they're only gonna get better from here. Like I feel like they very well might be the next NBA dynasty. As much as I hate to say it, but like they're so young and they have so many picks. I don't know. Shea was good this series. Chet and Jalen Williams both played well, surprisingly. I think we're both not the biggest Jalen Williams fans, but he was surprisingly he's kind of shutting us up a little bit, kind of establishing himself as that number two, the solid number two. And Chet was scoring the ball too, making some high intensity defensive efforts. I mean, Alex Caruso's really good. He's fun to watch. But yeah, Minnesota, kind of a disappointing effort and outcome. They're another team that just like, I don't know where they go because they're just
Yeah,
never
like
gonna
they already kind of made the move to like retool the team, and they ended up kind of in a
be the
worse
same
spot
exact
because
spot. Yeah.
did they lose in six to Dallas last year, or was it five again?
Let me check. I think it was six. But yeah, I mean they're in the same spot, and Nas Reed's a free agent. Like you might be losing guys. Yeah, I can't I can't see them getting better, and I can only see teams in the West getting better. I don't know. It's the same. Dallas in five.
It might just be like a Ant has to have like his career playoff run for them to
Yeah,
win kind of thing.
yeah. I mean, it didn't help that Randall was really bad this series.
Like Dirk back in the day, like Dallas is always pretty good, but
Yeah,
he had to have the
and
fucking run.
JJ Barea, Jason Terry, just few magical runs. But yeah, I mean, they do have young. Like, I need to see Terrence Shannon play more in the future. Like every time he got on the court, I
Rob,
feel like,
dude.
yeah, hopefully
I
Rob.
know they're bringing back the black like KG era jerseys. I 100% hitting China for a Rob. Like,
I would have to
there's no
buy
doubt.
Terrence Shannon.
The Cavs are bringing the blue one from the LeBron era though. That's pretty
Oh,
cool
really?
too.
Like
Yeah.
the what was it like 07? That era of
Yeah,
Cavs?
they wore it in '07. I don't know like the exact range that they had.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think OKC's really good. I think they're like seeing OKC versus like a healthy Boston would have been really intriguing. Kind of just jumping away from the Western Conference talk because it was such a non-effort series. I feel like. So like OKC in like the Pacers match up really well offensively. I think it's gonna be a really fun offensive series, back and forth, high pace. Ultimately, I think OKC has the defensive edge. Like Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort. I can't see Indiana matching up as well as OKC can match up with them. So if I were to give a prediction, I'm gonna say OKC in five. I think Indiana could probably steal two games. I just think OKC is a lot better.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go with the same thing. I mean, if we like put together a montage, that might be our way to go viral because I've been wrong about every single fucking prediction that I've made.
Against OKC.
But yeah, I'm gonna go OKC mostly because I hope that I'm wrong again and that they lose. But I mean, it's also like the logical take at this point. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I'd like to see Indiana win. It would be exciting.
Yeah, first
Maybe we
finals.
could
It was
maybe fucking
25
go to the
years.
parade and do like 3 hours. It'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, go to a game. Go to a finals game. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, I mean it's their first finals in 25 years. They've never won one. C hasn't won one either.
I mean, yeah, unless you count the Sonics.
Yeah, I guess. As OKC, they haven't won one. It's their first finals as OKC too. Then right? Oh, right. 2012, right? I forgot about that. That was what Heat in five or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was right after Dallas. But yeah, I think OKC locks up their first ring in OKC. Kind of, best team in the league wins it all, not shocking. I did see something saying that these were the two best teams since January 1st, I believe, in the NBA record wise. So, never know. I just can't see Indiana edging this one out. So, yeah, we're both in lockstep here. OKC in five. They will be year NBA champions, and I would imagine SGA is the finals MVP and would probably be, if you combine accolades, performance, and just like overall team success, one of the better NBA seasons of all time for a player. You win MVP, Finals MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP. You win 68 and 14. You average 30 points a game. It's pretty impressive. As much as his play style can bother me at times, Got to give him his flowers. But yeah, kind of going away from the playoff talk, looking more towards the offseason. We kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier with the Knicks potentially looking at making a move other than firing Tom Thibodeau. Giannis and KD are the two major superstars that are looking to be available. Who knows if Giannis will actually be available, but it would be the right thing to do in, I think, both of our opinions. So yeah, just kind of talk about some potential destinations for both those guys. I think we can start with KD because I think there's probably a 80% chance he gets dealt. I just can't see Phoenix holding on to him, and I can't see him wanting to be in Phoenix long term. I can start it off. I think the Knicks are one team, kind of hinted at it earlier. I think the Knicks are one team that could potentially look to acquire KD. I think him and Jalen Brunson would be a pretty dynamic offensive 1-2 punch. I saw Cat's name being thrown out in trade ideas to Phoenix, like to team up with Devin Booker again. I don't think it would cost that much. I don't think it would cost Cat. You know, they might ask for Cat, but I think you could probably get away with like if you want to send Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart to Phoenix with some picks. Like I don't think. I mean, like if
I feel like they'd rather give up Cat than those two, though.
really Josh Hart was really bad that series. Like turned a lot of Knicks fans off on Josh Hart. I felt like he was very bad. I don't know. I thought Cat was good too. I thought Cat played really well as a number two. I can't see them wanting to
I just
trade
think
Cat.
he's a weird fit as a four. Like, I feel like Cat needs to be a five on just like a bigger team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cause like I thought he played pretty well next to Mitchell
I
Robinson.
feel like playing like with like a Nas Reed is like the perfect kind of thing for Chet
Mhm.
or for Cat.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the Knicks are definitely one team to look out for KD. I think especially with a new coach coming in, they're probably going to want to make a splash. KD is 37. I mean, he's still a bucket, but he's definitely up there in age. I don't know how much you're willing to give for an aging vet like KD. He's still probably a top 12, 15 player in the league, I would say. You could probably make an argument for top 10, but like I said, he is getting up there in age. Who knows what his true value is these days? But yeah, that would be one of the teams I would identify for KD there.
For me, I don't. Katie is tough. I'm flirted with the Cleveland thing. I don't think it's too realistic though. But like they could send like Garland and Allen. Salaries would probably work out. I don't think he'd want to go there, and I think that's like a big thing with the KD thing. Like he's gonna go where he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
Houston makes sense. I don't know if he'd want to play there. Like, there's not like, does KD want to play with like Amen Thompson and Şengün? Like, I don't know. San Antonio maybe. Like, you could do like Vassell and something else, and
Elvin Johnson, something like
maybe
that.
someone else sends Phoenix a bad contract or something and gives them a pick.
Okay, see,
I just like I don't think they'd want to do that
yeah,
because they'd have to give up like Hardenstein or someone like that. Like 'cause with the
yeah,
contracts, like I don't think there's any way to make it work otherwise.
yeah. I can see that. Yeah, his the
Maybe
contract.
the Wizards. Maybe he'll go home. Jordan Poole and whatever's with KD.
Damn, Hartenstein's
Like
getting
they would like unironically not be ass in the East with like KD on the Wizards. Like
be
they'd
by
probably
far.
not be a playing team. They'd probably be like a six
Yeah,
seed.
they probably be pretty decent. I mean, they have some young pieces. Like if it was like KD, Alex Sarr, they draft like Jeremiah Fears. Like that's not a bad team. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but they'd
probably
have to
like
give up something for him.
yeah. I mean, I mean,
But that's probably not gonna happen either.
you're probably sniffing a plan, but I don't know. Yeah,
What about the
OKC
Clippers?
has some bad contracts, man. Isaiah Joe like didn't even play this playoffs, and he's getting 12 mil for the next 4 years.
That's crazy.
And then Aaron Wiggins at Pitts from this season. How many years is this? 5 years. 10 mil, 9 mil, 8 mil, 8 mil, 8 mil. Making $45 million for 5 years. Kenrich Williams, fucking $13 million for the next 3 years. He has a team option for the third. It's crazy, but like they do it. Like I didn't know Hardenstein was getting 30 mil. Lou Dort's getting 17.
Yeah, maybe OKC will just stack all the bad contracts and fucking picks that they have in
Yeah, like
KD.
I don't know if you want to trade Lou Dort, but if you want to trade like Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, and Aaron Wiggins, and a
I think
bunch of
they'd trade Lou Dort for KD in a second. I don't think they'd trade any of the main guys.
yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Like, why wouldn't you trade Lou Dort for KD? He would take Lou Dort's spot in the lineup. Like, that'd be a
Yeah,
no-brainer.
you have enough defensive firepower to not really fret with the loss of Lou Dort. Yeah, I don't know. There's some teams. I would say the Knicks, Houston, and I mean maybe like the Heat. I feel like the Heat are always involved with guys like Katie. So
Yeah, I could see that. Like, cause he's like got his rings and he's so like I don't give a fuck anymore. Like maybe he just
yeah,
wants to fuck off to Miami.
yeah. So like
James Harden will join him.
teams like that, teams that can give a bad contract and are competitive enough, I would say. But I would say the Knicks and Houston would be my top two ideal fits for Katie in that scenario.
Yeah. Then Giannis, I think with Giannis it's like sort of similar, I guess. Like it's gonna be OKC, San Antonio, Houston, probably at the top. I guess there's like some other interesting stuff. Like people have thrown out Boston, like Jalen Brown kind of
Hmm.
idea. I don't really see something like that happening though. Then there's the Toronto thing, but like I just don't know what they would give up. Like, 'cause,
Yeah,
like
it would be
they
like
fucking trade Brandon Ingram and some picks. Like I don't know what that does for Milwaukee when they could get like Dylan Harper to restart their franchise and a bunch of picks or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Giannis is tough because I mean, obviously when San Antonio got the second pick, it like seemed obvious, but like the reports that are coming out are saying that they're really committed to taking Dylan Harper at two and just having a three guard lineup. So kind of throws a wrench in things. So I think Houston's probably like the next ideal fit. I think I see like Brooklyn get thrown out a lot. I don't know what Brooklyn's offering Milwaukee for Giannis.
Yeah, like Cam Thomas in your picks isn't gonna get it done because they're not gonna
Yeah.
be that good if you have Giannis.
Yeah, no, it's just like I know he wants like the rumor is he wants to stay in the East and he wants like he's like throwing all these places out like he wants no state income tax to like he's throwing out all these like demands that can't easily be met. But those are just rumors, so who knows if that's really the case. I just think I mean, yeah, like the Texas teams like Houston and San Antonio make the most sense to me. Obviously, I don't think Dallas is trading away Cooper Flag. I think that was pretty adamant. But I mean, like that's a possibility too, I guess. I like Golden State has always been rumored in the past, but again, like you're probably signing and trading Kaminga, Moses Moody, and Pajemski. Like that's not like a franchise altering package for one of the top five, top eight players in the world. So yeah, Giannis, like those two are really tough because yeah, San Antonio just makes so much sense, but I don't think they're gonna trade that pick, especially with a like a new younger head coach coming in. Uh,
The other thing with the KD thing too is like Houston has Phoenix's picks, or at least like one or two of them from
yeah,
that fucking trade with Brooklyn last year. So
yeah,
like if KD will go there, like I bet Phoenix would probably want to send him to Houston to have
because
those
they
picks
want their
back.
picks back. Yeah,
Because like they're either gonna be like super mid, like 11th best team in the West, and like just run it back with Devin Booker and sell tickets, or like they're gonna trade Devin Booker and be really fucking bad. So.
yeah,
Like I think they'd probably want to get, or maybe they would send Booker to Phoenix to get those picks back. Because then like they could, if there's multiple, which I don't know the specifics, like they could get all of them and more for Booker. KD might probably get like one or two first, and like
yeah.
the contract.
That's true. I think like yeah, like Booker is obviously a guy that hasn't
Booker's probably four first, right? Don't you think?
or yeah, maybe.
I mean, maybe it's not as out of hand as it was a couple years ago, but I feel like he's like three firsts, like
Yeah,
in
I can
good
see that.
players.
How old is he? He's like 26 or something like that. He's not.
Probably older than that now. He's
You think
probably
so?
29, 30.
He's 30. He's 28. Sorry. Uh, yeah, he's turning 29 later this year. Yeah, he's always just been young in my head. Yeah, Tatum's still
Still
20.
pretty young though. I feel like 35 is like NBA old.
Yeah, I mean he's like entering the prime of his career right now. I mean like we kind of talked about it. I don't know if it was last episode or two episodes ago. But Booker to Detroit makes all the sense in the world to me. I don't think he's getting traded, but if he were, I think that would be the ideal fit for Booker. But kind of just like circling back to Giannis here.
Yeah, I guess Detroit's a destination for either of these guys too.
Yeah,
Like
they
if
have
they
a
can
lot of
make
young
the package
talent.
work, like Giannis would be the better fit, but like Cade and KD,
Yeah.
that's something in the East.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, they're probably going to be one of the better teams in the East next year, for being honest. Because
Especially if you could keep Duren. Like I feel like Cade, KD, and Duren, like you could do something there. If you got to
yeah,
give away like the Thompson twin and Ron Holland and picks,
yeah, it's not
maybe
bad.
Ivy or something.
But yeah, I mean, like the East is not going to be good next year. So I would imagine
Yeah, it's gonna be
in
like Indiana, Cleveland, New York.
Detroit, yeah, it's going to be kind of shitty. Makes me nervous that the Bulls are going to.
The Josh Giddey Bulls are gonna be the 6th seed.
Oh my god, so
That's
unlucky.
Diddy, not Giddy, by the way.
But yeah, so I would imagine these guys would want to stay, like, want to be in the East. I just think it's gonna be hard because I think a lot of the teams that are rumored for these guys and have the assets to pull off these types of trades are in the West. Like, so for Giannis, I would say ideal destinations are Houston or San Antonio. I'm just like shutting down the Brooklyn and Toronto rumors. Toronto is definitely more likely than Brooklyn, but still, I just can't see it being pulled off. I don't think
Yeah, I
like
don't
if
know.
Houston.
Somehow Toronto got fucking Kawhi Leonard for DeMar DeRozan and Pirtle,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
maybe Masai will pull something out of his ass.
I just feel like if Toronto's offering something, Houston, if they want to, is gonna beat it. So it's kind of up in the air. But those are some of the destinations for the two bigger rumored trade pieces of this NBA offseason. Transitioning now, gonna jump into our final discussion point of the day. We're just gonna go on Basketball Reference, kind of look at the MVP voting and how it ended up. We're going to talk about who we think deserved the MVP for that specific year. Have it pulled up here. Obviously, with the 2024 2025 NBA MVP, I don't know when it started getting called the Michael Jordan Trophy, but yeah, I think here, looking at the stats, I think it's closer than we kind of originally talked about, but I do think Jokic deserved this MVP. Obviously, team success will come into play. So Shea's team going, what was it, 60? Did they won like 64, 68 games, something like that?
Yeah, 68, I think.
Yeah. So like obviously, best team in the league, had a great win share. But Jokic averaging 30 point triple double while almost shooting 60% from the field. Pretty great, and 42% from three. I think that's
How the
pretty.
fuck did Evan Mobley get an MVP vote?
That's insane. Hey, nine.
James Harden too. Like, what is it? Who the fuck is doing that? Anyways, yeah, I'm going with Jokic too. I'm just a Shea hater. Like, this one's probably a true toss-up, and like you just give it to the 68 win team, like in
Yeah,
reality. But yeah, no, not for me.
fair
I'm going
enough.
with Jokic.
So both in agreement there. I'm probably more I probably more respecting of Shea. I think he had a great season. Obviously, like mentioned earlier, he might have one of the best seasons of a single player of all time, but we'll see how it ends up. See if Indiana can upset them. But moving on to 2023, 2024. Obviously, Jokic won this MVP. I mean, I think Luka here was probably should have been second in voting.
Yeah,
I'll still give it to Jokic though.
yeah, I
And
think this one's pretty obviously should have been Jokic. Like, if Luka actually completed the triple double, like, there's a discussion because that's just like ridiculous, 34-point triple double. But he didn't, and like it does kind of matter that it's 9.2 and 9.8 because it's not a real triple double. So yeah, just go with Jokic. This one's pretty slam dunk. I feel like
mhm. Keep it moving. This is the Embiid MVP year in 2023.
this one was fucking dumb voter fatigue. This one
Yeah,
should have been Jokic. I think. I'm not
yes,
even like an Embiid like hater. Like I know some people just like don't like him. They think he's like Shea, like a foul baiter or whatever.
yeah,
But I don't feel that way. I always liked Embiid, but I just thought Jokic should have easily won this one. I thought people
yeah.
just kind of got sick of him.
I think Giannis has an argument here too. Just looking at the stats, obviously the win share is down. He only played 63 games, but 30, 12, and 6, not bad. Shooting 53%, but Jokic shot 63% from the field, almost shot 40% from three. I'll agree it probably should have been Jokic, but I think Giannis had an argument as well. Keep it going. 2021, 2022, another Jokic MVP. Pretty
Yeah,
insane win share there. I think it's deserving. It just
yeah.
sounds like
I
we're
think
just
pretty
driving
obvious.
Jokic. Sounds like we're meat riding you.
People tried to like say Embiid should have won this, but it's really I don't think it was too close.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic just he's averaging 3.5 less points, but he's averaging 2 more rebounds and 3 more assists while almost shooting 60% again. Yeah,
I think this kind of just shows how crazy the stats have gotten in the NBA. Like any of these like Giannis seasons, the
yeah.
Luka seasons, like they all would have won MVP like when we were kids.
Shout out to Mar DeRozan.
Even like on this list, like Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, what they did this year, like those are like that's like what LeBron averaged when he was winning
Yeah,
when we were kids, I feel like.
yeah.
Pretty close to it.
Like yeah, LeBron down here, 38-6. Shout out
Yeah,
to
like
Mar.
those are better numbers than like any of his fucking MVP seasons. And like he's in 10th place. I mean, he did play 56 games that year, but
Yeah,
still.
he got hurt late. Um, Derrick Rose with a vote.
Derrick Rose in 9th place playing for like the Knicks or the fucking Timberwolves here.
That's Timberwolves, right? Yeah, I think
Two,
so.
oh, he played for multiple teams. So
It
he
was
played for like the
it was
fucking
Cavs,
Cavs and the Timberwolves this year. Or no.
Cavs, Jazz, Timberwolves. Wasn't that
No,
it?
that was 18. So this must have been like Timberwolves and back to the Knicks or something. I don't know. But
But yeah,
he
this is
got, well, he got a first place vote for MVP.
it's because he retired, right? This is when he retired.
No, D Rose has, no, right? Wasn't he playing till like last year?
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's been retired.
Because was it,
Fuck. Yeah, no, he did.
who the,
Oh, yeah, he like officially retired.
dude, who gave him a first place
Is
vote for
this
MVP?
is this the year he scored like 50 points on Halloween or whatever? Oh, he was
Think
on the
so.
Grizzlies. Is that right? No. Oh, he was on the Pistons? Yeah, the Pistons and the Knicks. Wait, what?
Bro,
This isn't even the year he's. Oh, yeah.
who gave Derrick, we gotta look this up. Derrick Rose first place MVP.
Mark Stein.
Explaining Derrick Rose's first place.
Oh,
Uh, Cumulative fan vote.
okay, that makes sense. Makes a little more sense.
10 years later. D Rose got the most pull in the NBA 10 years later, dog. Shout out D Rose. Alright, so no, Jokic should not have won this one. It should have been D Rose.
This
Despite
one?
the 12.5 win share gap. The gap between Jokic's win shares and Rose's win shares is bigger than anybody else accumulated in the entire league.
Oh my God! Look at Westbrook has votes on this too with the Wizards. Oh my Lord. Ben Simmons has votes.
Shout out Gobert, 11.3 win shares.
Yeah, that I know. I was looking at that. Dame had a very good year. I don't know who should have won this. I don't think Jokic. I mean, like the win share is crazy, but like these stats from Jokic aren't like insane. I guess I'm like Giannis is
I
Steph.
I mean, I feel like Jokic should have won this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Kind of look at. I mean, like I think Giannis probably should have been higher up. I feel like this was a year Steph was going. I mean, yeah, he's averaging 32. Steph was going off, but I think he hurt his ankle if I remember correctly.
Weren't they like the 8 seed too?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, we had five. He had the second most first place votes. Yeah, I mean, if looking at all of it, like win share is obviously like a big factor in this because Jokic is just dominating it. But yeah, I would agree. I guess Jokic probably should have won that one as well. All right, 1920, Giannis MVP. Look at Harden, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, like this one's tough. Like I remember being a Harden stan back in the day.
AD also had a very good year.
I'll probably stick with that now, but like I don't feel good about it because then like is Giannis never gonna have an MVP? Because like I feel like I'm gonna pick Harden for the one after this too. But maybe that's just how it should be. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Harden. 34 points a game, 7.5 assists. Like
Yeah.
he was the whole offense.
I'll say because I this was the year. This was COVID, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bucks were so good this year. I think it's also like if you're factoring in team success, I think Giannis probably should have won it. Like everyone was saying, if the bubble didn't happen, the Bucks would have won the championship. I'll go Giannis. I'll keep it with Giannis. But 18-19, another Giannis MVP, and
I gotta
yes,
go Harden again.
yeah, this should have been Harden. 36 set 6.5 and 7.5 on what do you shoot 40 88, yeah, 15.2 win share. I mean, like 23-year-old Jokic. Look at that though. That's pretty. Those are pretty good numbers too, with a good win share. Paul George, shout out Paul George. Another
Shout out.
Rudy Gobert sighting down the board.
Yeah, I don't know. Harden was I always liked Harden. People said he wasn't fun to watch, dude, but when Harden was dancing at the top of the key, just drilling shots in people's faces, like it's fun to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna go Harden. 2-time MVP in my book,
I'll go
along with
Harden.
Jokic being like 6-time.
I'll go Harden as well. All right, Harden. This is the 17-18 where Harden got his MVP.
I thought this one should have been LeBron. I thought this was the best version of LeBron, despite the stats. I was just like LeBron's by far the best player on earth at this time.
Yeah, at this point
I
in
think.
time, man, AD so close so many times. I would have loved to see. That's a really good year for AD too.
Yeah, that's like peak AD, and
That's that AD
that's
and a
just I
boogie.
don't know. 2018 LeBron's probably the best player I've ever seen live. Like
Shout
he
out
beat
Victor
the
Oladipo.
Warriors by himself in a game of basketball. It was insane,
Yeah,
and J.R.
that's
Smith took it away from him.
I'll agree with you. I'll give LeBron this one. I mean, Harden can't be slept on here though. I mean, the win share kind of tells a story. Shout out Victor Oladipo with 2 points on the MVP voting, 8.2 win share as well. All right, 16-17 was a Russ, the triple double year.
Yeah, this one's tough. Back in the day, I used to say Harden should have won it, but like I don't know. The MVP is very narrative based. Russ had
Mhm.
31 point triple double. He stat padded his ass off, but I feel
Yeah,
like this one's fine. Like if you wanted to give it to Harden, that's okay, or even Kawhi. But like I'm
yeah,
okay with Russ. Like I'm not gonna change it.
yeah. I agree. It was at the time. It was like something that had never been done since Oscar
Yeah,
Roberts.
it was cool because everyone hated KD for fucking leaving him, and
Yeah,
Russ was really loved at that time. I don't know. I just like there's like good arguments for the other people. I'm just like not firm enough to where I'd be like, all right, change it.
Isaiah Thomas with fifth in the fifth place here, huh? All right, 15-16. I think this is easily Steph. This is like one of the greatest seasons of all time. Was this was unanimous, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no
Uh,
discussion there.
yeah, pretty simple. Um, kind of like this is the most loaded win share I think we've seen in a top 10. Shout out Kyle Lowry with 11.6 win share.
Any of those top five can win different years.
Yeah, Draymond too. Draymond had a good year. That's a very good year for Draymond. Holy. Yeah, I mean, this is like one of the best seasons of all time. Stuff like he was unstoppable that year. I just remember his cards in 2K that year were insane too. He had like a bunch of crazy
Yeah, when they
cards.
made it so he could hit from like half court. It
Yeah.
was nuts.
14-15, another Steph MVP. Not as good as his 15-16 campaign. This arguably could have been Harden as well.
Yeah. I thought it should have been Harden back then. I'm gonna stick with that. I think
Yeah,
this was like a pretty mediocre LeBron year. Um,
Chris Paul down the
Shout out
board.
Chris Paul though, yeah. But I think there's another one where I'm probably gonna pick Chris Paul later, a little bit.
Yeah, I'll agree with you here. I'll go. I mean, Harden was
But yeah,
also.
like I think the Rockets were like the 2 seed, Golden State was the 1 seed. They won like 67 games, so, like I get it, but I
Yeah,
probably would have went Harden, like 23 points a game. Like I don't know if that's MVP.
yeah. I mean, he's also playing 32 minutes. I'll keep Steph because I think just like impact on the team team overall and like team success. I would probably lean Steph, but definitely a toss up there. Could go 50-50 on that. 13-14, KD MVP.
Yeah, this one should have been unanimous. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
this was
I mean,
when Russ was like hurt.
yeah, that's a
KD just
pretty
went nuts.
insane season. 50, almost 50-40-90 as well. Yeah. I mean, LeBron also, Blake Griffin, LeBron, shout out Kevin Love in Minnesota. But yeah. Yeah, for real. Goran Dragic getting some love down the board. Al Jefferson with some votes. That's crazy. But
I don't.
yeah.
Hell,
22-11 though. Yeah, no. KD, probably should have been unanimous, but very good season for KD there.
Hey Love 26 and 12.
12-13, LeBron in Miami. Another toss up
This one
here, I
should have
think.
been unanimous. Rogue New York voter.
I mean, KD also had a very good year this year. But yeah, LeBron. I'll give it to LeBron because I'm kind of factoring in team success, so I'll go.
Yeah, I feel like LeBron should have won Defensive Player of the Year this year too. This is like one of the best seasons of all time by any player.
Shout out fucking David Lee and Ty Lawson down the board.
0.5% from the field as like a fucking de facto point guard is nuts.
Tony Parker shooting 52% from the field.
Yeah, no, this is an insane KD season too, but yeah, it's just like peak. I don't know.
Shout out,
LeBron's had like three different peaks at this point.
shout out Steph, kind of making his way.
Ty Lawson, boy.
David Lee. That's a crazy duo. Steph and David Lee on the MVP fucking top 12.
They were a dangerous 7 seed that year for sure.
11-12 LeBron. This is first season in Miami or second? Second. Yeah, I mean,
Pretty easy. But this one's kind of boring, honestly. It's just
yeah,
not really any special seasons.
yeah, no one really sticking
We were just
out.
like, yeah, LeBron's the best player, whatever.
Yeah. I already know what you're gonna say for this one, but 10-11, Derrick Rose, unanimous.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that LeBron should have got it, but like, I'm okay with D Rose getting it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to change it. Like,
One seed in the
it's like
East.
the same thing as Russ, pretty much. Well, I mean, I feel like there's less of a statistical argument for Rose than there is for Russ, but
Yeah.
because like by the numbers, LeBron should just win it. But
Yeah.
like, I'm okay with the narrative. They won 60 games. Everybody hated LeBron.
22.
D Rose is like if D Rose didn't have this, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer either. So like, we got to keep it. Like, we need D Rose in the Hall of Fame. It's gonna be electric.
22-year-old as leading the East with the super team in Miami. Shout out, bro.
Shout out Amari Stoudemire.
Chris Paul needed more love here. The points are down, but it's a very good season.
Yeah. Shout out D Rose though. We'll give it to him. Probably should have been LeBron, but we love D Rose around here. So
All right, 2009, 2010. LeBron MVP in Cleveland.
yeah, this one's not very close. The whole story of this thing though is that like KD is,
Right
if
there.
LeBron didn't exist, KD's like a 4 or 5 time MVP probably. Like, he's having some
But he's
crazy.
probably in the GOAT discussion, right? He probably has another ring and what, 4 MVPs so far? Been finished like second or third in all of them, I feel like.
Is KD the Karl Malone of our time?
Yeah, he's probably like
Like, on the court.
he's probably yes, yes, but not. He's not touching little kids. He's not getting 13-year-old girls pregnant. But KD's just a hooper.
He takes out his frustration on Twitter instead.
Yeah. And he's practicing his jump shot in the club. Shout out Steven Jackson and Joe Johnson.
Chauncey Billups sighting.
Steven Jackson's crazy. ISO Joe. Come on now. All right. 2008, 2009. Another LeBron MVP. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty insane season as well.
I don't think I've seen 20 win shares on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't think you can make an argument for anyone else. I mean, like Chris Paul
shout
would
out
be.
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, Chris Paul probably should have been higher on this list, if I'm being honest. That's a very good season for a point guard with 18 win share. So yeah, we'll keep it with LeBron here. 2007, 2008, the Kobe MVP.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Like, I think this is the one that Chris Paul should have won, and
Or
a lot of
even
people say
LeBron.
that. But what?
Even LeBron down the board a little bit with a 15.
Yeah, like LeBron over Kobe, but I think it's Chris Paul here. Like, I think you give it to Chris Paul over LeBron here.
Yeah, Chris Paul averaging 21, 4 and 12 with 3 steals, shooting 49% from the
Yeah,
field.
he had to be like first team all defense, averaging 22 and 12. Like,
Shout
that's
out Rasheed
crazy.
Wallace.
Playing with nobody, bro.
Yeah.
Playing with David West and fucking, I don't even know who else. The fucking corpse of Peja Stojakovic.
Young Dwight here popping up. All right, 2006, 2007, Dirk MVP.
Yeah, I think Dirk's got this one.
Yeah. Kobe probably has an argument here, honestly. I mean, that.
LeBron too, but I'm okay with Dirk here. They won like 67 games or some shit.
Yeah, I think Kobe has a strong argument.
This is when they lost to the 8 seed. They were like,
Oh, right. Was that
yeah, they won the
was that We
Warriors.
Believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they won a lot of games. So yeah, I get
Baron
that. We'll
Davis.
go with Dirk there for sure.
Baron Davis on the board. 2005, 2006, Steve Nash.
Elton Brand.
I mean, this is one of the stolen from Kobe MVPs, right? Yeah. Um, Kobe averaging 35.
Kobe averaging 35. I think you could say Dirk, you could say
Yeah,
LeBron, but I'll give this one to Kobe because he averaged 35 and we took his other one away.
yeah,
They were like a 6 seed, but he was carrying Smush Parker and fucking Kwame Brown. So
yeah. I mean, at this point in time, too, averaging 35.
17-year-old Andrew Bynum, like that team
Yeah,
was fucking terrible. So
yeah. At this point in time, he was probably taking 30 shots a game, but he was averaging 35 and shooting 45%. It's pretty good. We'll give it to Kobe there. 2004, 2005 is another Steve Nash MVP. This probably should have been Dirk. Looking at the
yeah,
stats,
Shaq claims it should have been him, but I don't think so. This one looks like it should have been Dirk or LeBron.
Tim Duncan even. I'm sure Tim Duncan was
I
probably like
think
first team all defense this year too.
I'm assuming the Mavericks were better than the Cavs, and like Dirk and LeBron are pretty similar, so I'll go Dirk here.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like looking that up. Shout out KG
Holy
though.
fuck, PJ Brown.
That's probably the craziest name on this list so far. Besides the Rogue D Rose MVP vote.
20. All right, 2003, 2004, Kevin Garnett.
Michael Redd.
Nah, that's not it. Sam Cassell is insane. Come on, man.
That's wild. But
12 wins
they
there.
were like a 1 seed that year. That's pretty wild.
12 wins. Yeah, this should have been KG.
Yeah.
Peja probably should have been higher up, if we're being honest. 13 and a half win share, too. Almost shot 54-90. Yeah. This is kind of a boring year. Yao Ming, I'm sure he was at, how many blocks is he averaging? Only 2? Yeah, we'll give this one to KG. Keep it with KG. Tim Duncan MVP. This one's probably up for debate. I'm sure T-Mac is probably...
I don't feel like super strongly about changing this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway just because I want to see T Mac get it.
Yeah.
32 a game.
Yeah. 32 in 2002 is... It's tough. And Kobe's also averaging 30. He's probably I mean, they're about the same efficiency as well. Yeah, I'll give the T-Mac with the slightly lower win share, but putting up better numbers. The eye test is better. Jamal Mashburn on the list. 2001, 2002 was a Tim Duncan MVP, which was deserved, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know how Jason Kidd finished in second this year. I mean, come on, this is bad. I'm just looking at Allen Iverson, 31, 5-5.
They did go to the finals, so like I guess the voters were onto something, but yeah, by the numbers, it doesn't look like Jason Kidd should have been as close to winning as he was.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, 38-year-old Michael
Like
Jordan.
just running with the Wizards getting a vote. That's wild.
Elton
Mike
Brand
Bibby.
put up a very good year down the. Yeah, I don't know how he finished that low either. Jeez.
The more interesting part about this is like who's the random getting one vote
Yeah.
MVP players. Steve Nash on the Mavericks, Stackhouse, Bibby. That's a good one.
All right. 2000, 2001, AI MVP. This probably should have been Shaq.
Anthony Mason. Wow.
John's 38-year-old John Stockton.
Averaging 11 and 8.
23-year-old Paul Pierce. Interesting. 37-year-old Carl Malone. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'll give this one to Shaq. Him and Tim Duncan are probably neck and neck with this, but Shaq averaging about 6 more points, shooting 57% from the field. I mean, 50% from the free throw line is brutal, but yeah, I'll give this one to Shaq. Shout out Chris Webber though. Averaging 20.
Yeah, I like Iverson. I'm just gonna leave that. Iverson's a goat.
All right, 1999 to 2000, the Shaq MVP, probably deserved.
Jalen Rose. Daryl Armstrong.
Reggie Miller, 34-year-old Reggie Miller.
These are getting good. Yeah, no, this is one of the greatest seasons of all time. This is for sure Shaq.
Yeah, almost shot 60% from the field. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Tim Duncan probably should have got a little more love, but Alonzo Mourning averaging almost 4 blocks a game. That's jeez. All right. Keep it with Shaq there. 1998 to 1999. Karl Malone MVP. Just a quick eye test. Nothing really stands out. I'd probably just keep it with Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan probably has an argument, and Alonzo Mourning just based off their defensive side of the ball. Yeah, I'll give it to Karl Malone.
Yeah, I'll just keep it there too. Couple
97.
more here.
Yeah, we'll finish the 90s. We'll go 97, 98. MJ MVP.
I mean, Malone. I don't
Yeah,
know. The dads of the world are not gonna like that take. They said Malone was stealing them from Jordan, but I don't know.
pretty close.
I think you could give it to Malone here, but like I'm not gonna take one from Jordan and give it to a fucking diddler. So
MJ might have been like he was probably like first team all defense or some shit this year too. So
yeah,
keep it with MJ.
he sold more shoes than Malone, so we'll give it to him.
Rick Smith's down the board. My goodness,
The
Raj.
tiebreaker is who's a better golfer? Who had the most minor league baseball appearances?
Who has the most Major League Baseball hits? All right,
Who hit a double off the Cubs in spring training? That's who wins it. Yeah, this should have been Mike.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking on the board. Steve Smith. Not many funny names here. I mean, Anthony Mason, I guess, but it's not like he was a 35.
Kevin Johnson, another sex crimes doer.
All right, yeah. So MJ gaining an MVP. 95, 96 uh was another MJ MVP. This is obviously the 72 and 10 team. Very hard not to give it to MJ here, but David
Yeah.
Robinson put up a very good fight.
It's the only other 20 win share.
Yeah. Averaging 36 and 4, shot 43% from 3. Wonder how many attempts, but
Okay, this has got to be the funniest fucking name on the list. Magic Johnson with AIDS got MVP vote.
it had a 3.6 win share as well. Oh my god.
HIV infected Magic Johnson got more MVP votes than fucking Mitch Richmond and Dennis Rodman.
I've never heard of Terrell Brandon.
Don't sleep on Terrell Brandon. Come on now.
Oh my god. All right.
But yeah, no, that's the best one. Holy shit.
94, 95. Robinson with the MVP. Obviously, this is MJ's baseball year. Um,
Shout out Cedric Sabalos, but 22 and 8 on 50 and 40 in the fucking 90s. And he was in the dunk contest too.
boy,
Stop playing with Cedric Sabalos, boy.
that's crazy. Yeah,
That
this
is
MJ
an
played.
underrated season.
MJ was 17 games played, averaging 27 though.
They
But
were glazing.
yeah, this. I
I
mean,
feel like Robinson deserved it though.
yeah. I mean, I think Shaq has an argument. Robinson has the edge in win share as a defense. Oh, he's averaging 3 blocks a game and 2 steals. Yeah, we'll get to Robinson. 93, 94. Hakeem,
Holy shit,
David
Robinson with
Robinson,
20 win
Rob.
shares. Was
Why do you,
Hakeem overrated?
what? How many threes did fucking Hakeem take to be shooting 42%?
Maybe like 10.
Kevin
Shout out
Willis.
Latrell Sprewell.
I
Got
know.
MVP votes the same year he choked out his head coach.
Mark Price. Mookie Blaylock.
Only player in NBA history to get an MVP vote and choke out his head coach in the same season.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean Hakeem had a fucking great year too, but David Robinson with a 20 win share, you can't. I'll give that to David Robinson. 92, 93 is a Barkley MVP. This probably should have been MJ.
Yeah.
Um Hakeem.
But like if Barkley didn't win this MVP, like we probably never get the big old women down in San Antonio line. So like we gotta leave it.
Yeah, it's fair enough. No real funny names have popped up. 192 is an MJ MVP. This is kind of like it's like the breakout, the year after the breakout. I can't remember, but yeah, I think this is probably pretty easy. Karl Malone probably should have been second, but yeah, Chris Mullin. Shout out Chris Mullin. Some white boy representatives on the list here. 35-year-old Larry Bird probably had like the back of an 80-year-old man at that point. Still putting up 28 points a game though. 20 and 10 and 7. That's pretty impressive. 90 to 91 was an MJ MVP. Another 20 win share year. Yeah, it's hard not to pick him here. David Robinson,
Kenny the Jet Smith.
37-year-old Robert Parrish as well. Bernard King popping up on this list.
Kenny the Jet Smith getting MVP votes. Wow.
Yeah, he's averaging 18. Who was playing that bad? Terry Porter on the list. Yeah, I mean this is kind of just showing me how kind of I've been sleeping on David Robinson.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we'll do this last one. 89 to 90. It's a Magic MVP. Probably should have been MJ again.
Yeah.
Barkley has a case. 25, 12, and 4 with 2 steals, but MJ averaging 34, 7, and 6 with 3 steals. Yeah, this probably should have been an MJ MVP if we're being honest. I'm sure the Lakers were probably the better team at that point, and at this time period, they were probably favoring team success more than individual success, so I'm not surprised there, but probably should have been an MJ MVP. Did Barkley won the first place votes?
Wait, what the fuck?
By a lot, too. So people, like 38 people voted him first, and then the rest were voting him like
He
what?
must have got hoed on the third place votes or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. And MJ played every game too, playing 39 minutes a game. That's insane. Yeah, I'll still go to MJ, even though Barkley looks like he got fucking hoed. But yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for us. Pretty good conversation there. Kind of let us know what you guys think about these MVPs. Let us know if you guys like talking about that stuff. Who should have won specific awards. Kind of our opinion on that. If you like hearing about that stuff, but that's been our NBA talk for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, like, subscribe, tell us what you want to hear about. Go follow us on Twitter and TikTok. We've been posting a lot on TikTok. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.